Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, we'd like to remind you that this podcast features an AI-generated representation of Kobe Bryant, based on his public statements, interviews, and other available information. It does not represent, I repeat, it does not represent the views, opinions, or beliefs of the real Kobe Bryant, his family, or his estate. This AI-generated conversation is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be taken as an endorsement or official statement from any real-life individual organization. Please enjoy this unique exploration of the thoughts and ideas inspired by the legendary Kobe Bryant. And remember that this content is purely fictional and speculative in nature. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor and privilege to introduce a man whose impact on and off the court has transcended the world of basketball. He has inspired millions with his unwavering dedication, relentless work ethic, and larger-than-life persona. He was a true legend in every sense of the word, captivating fans with his undeniable talent and indomitable spirit. Please join me in welcoming the Mamba himself, an 18-time NBA All-Star, 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and an Academy Award winner, the one and only Kobe Bryant. Kobe's legacy lives on through the countless lives he's touched, the lessons he has taught us, and the love he shared for the game that brought us all together. Today, we celebrate and honor a man who showed us what it truly means to strive for greatness, and who will forever remain a shining example of the power of passion, determination, and resilience. Thank you for joining us today, Kobe. It's truly an honor to have this conversation with you. Your passion for basketball has inspired countless fans and players around the world, and it's a testament to your commitment and love for the game. I want to start, since I'm curious to know, when did this deep connection to basketball truly begin for you? Can you take us back to the moment when you realized that basketball was more than just a game and it was something that you really wanted to dedicate your life to?
You know, it's funny when I think back on it. I believe I was around 6 years old when I first started to really fall in love with the game of basketball. I was living in Italy at the time, and my dad was playing professionally over there. Basketball was a part of our daily lives, and I would tag along with my dad to his practices, games, and training sessions. I remember watching my dad and his teammates on the court, and I just became mesmerized by the way they moved and how the game flowed. I knew, even at that young age, that I wanted to be a part of it. I would spend hours in the backyard or at the local courts, dribbling, shooting, and trying to imitate the moves I'd seen my dad and other players make. But the real turning point, I think, was when I was around 11 years old. I played in a summer league in Philadelphia, and I didn't score a single point the entire summer. That was a tough pill to swallow, but it also lit a fire in me. I realized that if I wanted to excel in this sport, I needed to work harder than anyone else. I needed to dedicate myself to improving my skills, my understanding of the game, and my physical conditioning. From that moment on, basketball became more than just a game to me. It became my passion, my purpose, and my driving force. I committed myself to the pursuit of greatness, and I've been chasing that dream ever since.
Wow, Kobe, that is inspiring. It is, there's no way anyone can ever question listening to even something, just simple as this. We're just getting started, and it already makes sense to me why you are the legend that you are. It's really a testament to the power of your passion, your commitment, your hard work. It's something that I personally have not been so great at. And, just listening to you, it is just a great reality check, and I'm grateful to be able to just be inspired from listening to you. You got me thinking about this saying, which I know you've heard, is we all kind of stand on the shoulders of giants, often who've come before us. Every legend has their own role models or inspiration. I'm curious, growing up, who were the basketball players that you admired the most? Like, what was it about their playing styles or personality, attitudes? Like, that were interested in or influenced you and the way you approached the game and developed your unique identity?
Growing up, there were quite a few players who inspired me, but I'd have to say that my biggest inspirations were Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird. Each of them had a unique approach to the game and qualities that I wanted to incorporate into my own playing style. Michael Jordan was the ultimate competitor, and his drive to win was unparalleled. I remember watching his games and being in awe of his athletic ability and his knack for making clutch plays. He taught me the importance of having an unwavering belief in yourself and being willing to push yourself to the limit, both mentally and physically. I spent countless hours studying his moves, breaking down his game, and working on my own skills so that I could one day emulate his greatness on the court. Magic Johnson, on the other hand, was a true floor general. His ability to see the game and make plays for his teammates was something I really admired. He had this infectious energy and charisma that just made everyone around him better. From Magic, I learned the value of being a great teammate and leader, and how uplifting others can lead to incredible success. And then there's Larry Bird. His basketball IQ and shooting ability were off the charts. I loved how he always seemed to be one step ahead of his opponents. And his work ethic was something I respected immensely. Larry taught me the importance of constantly refining your skills and never settling for mediocrity. Incorporating elements from each of these legends into my own game helped to shape the player I became. I took MJ's competitive fire, Magic's leadership and playmaking, and Bird's work ethic and intelligence, and I tried to create my own unique style that would leave its mark on the game. And then there's Larry Bird. His basketball IQ and shooting ability were off the charts. I loved how he always seemed to be one step ahead of his opponents, and his work ethic was something I respected immensely. Larry taught me the importance of constantly refining your skills and never settling for mediocrity. Incorporating elements from each of these legends into my own game helped shape the player I became. I took MJ's competitive fire, Magic's leadership and playmaking, and Bird's work ethic and intelligence, and I tried to create my own unique style that would leave its mark on the game.
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. So, three people who are essentially legends in their own right.
Without a doubt.
So, speaking of Michael, then, you two had a legendary face-off during the 1998 All-Star Game. So, I guess you were probably about 19 in your second season, going against one of the greats. Can you share with us how that experience was playing against your idol that early on in your career? What impact it had on your mindset and your approach to the game, and anything you might have learned just, playing against Michael so early on.
Oh man, that 1998 All-Star Game was something I'll never forget. Being on the same court as MJ, my basketball hero, was both exciting and surreal. I was just a young guy trying to make a name for myself, and there I was, going head-to-head with the greatest player of all time. That experience taught me a lot. I remember how focused and competitive Michael was, even in an exhibition game like the All-Star Game. He brought an intensity that I had never seen before, and it was clear that he was always striving for greatness, no matter the occasion. One specific moment that stands out to me is when we were matched up against each other, and I tried to pull off one of his signature fadeaway jumpers. He read me like a book and blocked my shot. It was a humbling moment, but it also fueled my desire to improve even more. After that game, I gained a deeper understanding of what it takes to be truly great in this league. I realized that I couldn't just rely on my talent alone. I had to put in the work, study the game, and always be learning from the best. It also reinforced the importance of having a competitive edge, both on and off the court. Playing against Michael that day was a pivotal point in my career. I took the lessons I learned from that encounter and used them to elevate my game to new heights. And in a way, it was like passing the torch. I became even more determined to leave my own mark on the sport, just like MJ had done before me.
Another player who's really impacted your life, I feel, is Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, your partnership, the both of you probably go down as one of the most iconic duos in NBA history. And I mean, you both won 3 consecutive championships together. You know, Kobe, share your thoughts on the impact Shaq has had on your life as a teammate, as a friend, any kind of personal anecdotes that you can share.
Man, Shaq and I, we had our ups and downs, but I got to say, playing alongside him was an incredible experience. As a teammate, Shaq was a force of nature, and together we pushed each other to be the best we could be on the court. I think our competitive spirit and our mutual desire to win really created a special dynamic between us. Off the court, Shaq was a larger-than-life personality. He was always cracking jokes and keeping the locker room atmosphere light. He taught me the importance of finding a balance between intense focus and enjoying the game, and that's something I carried with me throughout my career. One example that really stands out to me is during the 2000 NBA Finals against the Indiana Pacers. It was Game 4, and Shaq had fouled out. I was just a young 21-year-old kid at the time, and the pressure was on me to step up. Shaq looked me straight in the eye and said, "Kobe, this is your moment. I believe in you. Now go out there and show the world what you can do." That vote of confidence from the big fella meant the world to me, and it fueled me to hit those clutch shots and secure the win. Our relationship wasn't perfect. We had our disagreements and our clashes, but I believe that's what made us stronger as a duo. I learned so much from playing with Shaq, both on and off the court. His impact on my life and career is something I'll never forget, and I'll always have the utmost respect and admiration for him. As a player and a friend,
You know, I think it's these experiences, these kinds of relationships that are the most defining for us as people. It's, finding those people that can at times be a friend, someone you can banter with, share fond memories with. At times they're a mentor, they make you question things, they help you grow. At times they challenge your opinion, right? You can get into a constructive conflict with them and kind of both of you come out with some sort of a better viewpoint or some personal growth or something. And so it's really fascinating to hear because it sounds like Shaq is one of those people in your life. I now want to move on to your ventures off the court. So, in addition to all of your accolades, you're also an Academy Award winner, which is so fascinating. So, I want to spend some time talk about your projects, Dear Basketball, and the Wizard series. Talk to me like what motivated you to explore these creative avenues and how did they connect to your own experiences as an athlete and to your own view of the world?
my journey into storytelling and filmmaking began during my last few years in the NBA. I realized that my time on the court was coming to an end, and I wanted to find new ways to inspire and connect with people. It was important for me to use my experiences and the lessons I learned to make a lasting impact, even after my basketball career was over. The idea for Dear Basketball actually came to me during a quiet moment of reflection as I thought about how much the game had meant to me over the years. I remembered the countless hours spent practicing in the gym, the friendships I made, the championships we won. It was all a part of my love story with basketball. I knew I wanted to share this intimate connection with the fans who had supported me throughout my career. As I started working with Glenn Keane and John Williams, I was amazed at how my vision came to life through their animation and music. It was incredible to see the words I wrote on paper transform into a moving tribute to the game I loved. For the Wizard series, the inspiration came from a desire to combine my love for basketball and fantasy storytelling and to create something that could resonate with young athletes. I recall a specific moment when I was watching my daughter's basketball game and observing the challenges and struggles these kids were going through. I thought about how important it was for them to learn the value of hard work, perseverance, and self-belief. That's when the idea of incorporating life lessons into a magical world of sports was born. Working with Wesley King was a fantastic experience as we developed the characters and storylines together, making sure that the message we wanted to convey was clear and powerful. In both projects, the journey was just as important as the end result. I loved collaborating with talented artists and seeing how our combined efforts could create something truly special. It reminded me of my time on the court where teamwork and dedication were key to achieving our goals. Through storytelling and filmmaking, I found a new way to channel my passion for inspiring others, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue making a difference in people's lives.